to Our Lady of Alice Bhatti and are very excitedly looking forward to his new book. हम पंजाबी में इनके व्लॉग सुनते हैं, BBC उर्दू में इनका है, बट जो मेरे लिए एक बहुत एजाज़ की बात है वो ये है कि मैंने भी से पढ़ा हुआ है और जो है वो मेरे उस्ताद भी हैं फॉर क्रिएटिव राइटिंग. तो सर, इट्स ग्रेट टू हैव यू हेयर पर्सनली एज वेल, एंड आई थिंक फॉर एवरीवन हु हैज़ कम टू हेयर यू. सो आपका हम ये देखते हैं कि आप यका वक्त 3 ज़ुबानों में काम प्रोड्यूस कर रहे होते हैं. सो एक तो आप पहले थोड़ा सा हमें बताएं कि लाइक हाउ इज़ दिस एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ ट्रांजिशनिंग फ्रॉम वन लैंग्वेज टू अनदर.
थैंक यू जासिर फॉर योर वेरी वेरी काइंड वर्ड्स. आपने मुझे उस्ताद भी बना दिया. सो आई थिंक हम में से जितने लोग बैठे हैं और जो नहीं बैठे वो बैठ जाएं मेरा ख्याल है, ताकि कुछ. सो आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर बाइलिंगुअल. आई कैन बेट कि इस हॉल में कोई ऐसा बंदा नहीं है जिसको एक से ज़्यादा ज़ुबान नहीं आती. So that is what, like, you know, sort of that's the kind of place we live in, which is a great thing. So आप भी शायरी अंग्रेजी में करते हैं और short stories पंजाबी में लिखते हैं. So आपको how do you make these decisions?
सर तुसी तो मेरे थे पाता सारा कुछ. सर मुझे ये लगता है कि लैंग्वेज में एक तो ईज ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन है, बट एट द सेम टाइम डू यू फील कि जब हम एक ख़ास ज़बान में लिखते हैं वी आर ऑल्सो ट्राइंग टू बी फ्रीयर इन अदर वेज इन टर्म्स ऑफ ऑडियंस, इन टर्म्स ऑफ हु वी डू नॉट वांट टू रीड वर्क.
Right. I think how I can tell you from my personal experience. Sort of people from my generation who went through like government schools and who weren't lucky enough to go to Punjab College, Punjab Group of Colleges or HSN College or private colleges. और अगर आप रूरल बैकग्राउंड में पंजाब में आते हैं तो घर में सब पंजाबी बोलते हैं. एंड देन यू एंड अप इन अ प्राइमरी स्कूल, तो वहाँ पे जो मास्टर साहब होते हैं वो यू नो सॉर्ट ऑफ मीडियम हमारा उर्दू है, तो वो आपको अलिफ बे पे पढ़ाते हैं और वो उर्दू भी आपको बेसिकली पंजाबी में पढ़ाते हैं, राइट. एंड यू डू प्राइमरी स्कूल, सो देन यू एंड अप इन हाई स्कूल. तो हाई स्कूल में you're supposed to start learning ABC, and that language is being taught to you basically in Urdu. So I went through that schooling system, and then I ended up in your fine city, Lahore. So I went to a college and everything was in English. So I walked into the classroom, I sat through 1 hour and did not understand a single word of what I was being taught. So I stopped going to my classroom, and then I ended up in Pakistan Air Force, a very, very fine institution, where also the medium is English, but they have their own English. Like in 50 words, you can express all your range of emotions, and half of those words, revolve around genitals, balls mostly, sort of. So that is another way of expressing yourself.
Sir, we are a cricket-loving nation, तो मतलब हमारे.
Sir, yes, yeah. So then you end up in working life. So I got into journalism and I got into English journalism. So started writing English, and I used to love reading books or Angrezi ke novel. Sort of, I had read a lot. So I started writing novels in English, and then you run into somebody, like you're a teacher as well, you're an educationist. So sometimes in your life, you run into somebody who's like a very wise person, and they say one thing which kind of clicks with you. So there was this Dr. Manzoor Ejaz Sahab. He was like a Punjabi scholar and a great man. So I just ran into him, and he said, okay, because you speak Punjabi, like घर में उसके साथ. So he said, have you read Heer? I said, of course. He said, मतलब कैसे? I said, I've heard it, film देखी हुई है Heer Ranjha. He said, no, it's a book. Do you know that it's a book? I said, it is a book. But have you read it? I said, देखी हुई है, मतलब, but I haven't read it. So he was started doing these weekly sessions. And no, his logic was, he said, are you a Muslim? I said, of course. So I said, have you read the Quran? He said, of course. I said, are you Punjabi? He said, yes. So you haven't read here. Now, if somebody comes to you that you're a Muslim and you haven't read Quran, you will be embarrassed. And you're not embarrassed at all that you haven't read here and you call yourself. So I started reading a bit. I never became a scholar. I'm still not a scholar. And then this thing came along, like, sort of that, oh, you should, because in Punjabi what happens is that mostly either we think that, oh, either you can make jokes in Punjabi or you can listen to, like, sort of songs in Punjabi. Like, so why can't we just have, like, sort of this normal conversation? अगर आप ज्ञान अपना उर्दू में दे सकते हैं, अंग्रेजी में दे सकते हैं, तो वही बातें आप पंजाबी में. But having said that, I must point out that I kind of believe that knowing more than one language or expressing yourself in more than one language does not really make you any wiser. Like, I don't think that's the thing.
Like, for example, languages.
Yeah, no, for example, yeah. वो मेरा दोस्त ऐसे कहता है पहले उर्दू में चवले मारते थे, फिर अंग्रेजी में मारते थे, पंजाबी में मार लेते हो. Like, for example, how many languages does our Prime Minister speak? Shehbaz Sharif साहब.
Sir, I don't want to be. मैं घर जाना है वापस, मेरा इंतजार कर रहे हैं लोग.
So वो 5-6 ज़ुबानें बोलते हैं. So it does. You would think that it makes a person wiser. But I don't think so. मैंने 6 ज़ुबानें बोलने वाले बड़े बड़े जाहिल भी देखे हुए हैं. So it doesn't necessarily make you, if you kind of are going to mess up in one language, if you are wrong in one language, you'll be wrong in the other and the third and the fourth language as well. Yeah.
So I completely agree.
And thank you for cautioning me. हम सब ने घर जाना है.
हम सब ने घर जाना है. नहीं, हमने लाहौर में घर जाना है. तो सर उसमें जो है हम देखते हैं कि लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स हम ये देखते हैं कि हम एक ख़ास ज़ुबान में इसलिए लिखते हैं क्योंकि उसमें हमें ज़्यादा अबूर हासिल होता है, वी आर मोर कंफर्टेबल इन इट. बट आपके केस में हम देखते हैं कि पंजाबी की भी जो आपके व्लॉग्स होते हैं उसमें ये नहीं लगता कि देयर इज़ एनी लिमिटेशन towards you for expressing yourself in Punjabi. So is it a like conscious choice to then write novels in English only and not write in Punjabi?
I know what you're hinting at, but yes. But उसकी एक थोड़ी सी वजह भी है. Like, I don't know, if you like music, for example, and if you've kind of grown up listening to classical music, or if you've kind of grown up listening to, like, metal or whatever other genres are, the chances are that when you make your own band, when you start, you'll start somewhere there. So I was like a sort of a novel addict. I used to read a lot of novels. And novels, मैंने उर्दू के भी पढ़े हैं, but they're like, कम है उर्दू में novel. And for some strange reason, the way this world is, that even if you're reading a Spanish novel, if you're reading a Russian novel, if you're reading even Arabic novel, you're actually reading it in English. That is the language that comes to us. So your head is kind of full of all these novels that you've read. So as soon as like you start to think of a novel, you start kind of you switch to that medium. So I think that's the reason that I started writing novels in English. It never even occurred to me to write a novel in Urdu because that's how my head used to work. और उसके अलावा बाकी जो the stuff that journalism I do, like sort of उर्दू हमारी अपनी कौमी ज़ुबान है माशाल्लाह. So पंजाबी बोलते हुए थोड़ी सी like कुछ झिझक कुछ शर्म होती है, but फिर आप कहते हैं कि चलो बेशर्म हो के देखते हैं तो क्या होता है. तो कुछ नहीं होता. ईज़ की जो आप बात कर रहे हैं, I thought about it because I always spoke Punjabi, but I wasn't kind of writing anything or broadcasting anything in it. So when I started doing that, there was obviously a comfort or ease ka level jo hai. And then I was thinking, where is this from? And then I realized that Urdu I learned like, master ke dande kha ke, right? Angrezi, like you learned like reading books and reading books or watching movies. So Punjabi तो माँ ने टेढ़ चू से क्या है ना, I kind of, know this by kind of, instinct. So yes, there is that level of ease and there is that level of comfort for this.
सो एक हम बहुत ज़्यादा जो एक चीज़ सुनते हैं कि लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स जो पंजाबी लिखने वाले लोग हैं उनका एक बहुत गिला भी होता है कि आप एक इतना आप काम कर रहे हैं और आपको लोग इतना पढ़ रहे हैं तो एक वो एक्सप्रेशन यूज़ करता है, आई नो यू वुड हैव हर्ड इट, कि वो कहते हैं कि तुसी माँ बोली दी खिदमत नहीं की. So like, you think these choices at the end of the day are just personal choices, that then they do contribute towards the bigger issue of languages?
I वो माँ बोली की खिदमत करना मतलब कोई नहीं है, आप सीख के आए हैं, बोलनी है, उसके अलावा खिदमत की, माँ बोली तो खिदमत नहीं मांगती. आई थिंक आई रेड समवेयर दैट व्हाट इज नेशन. They said you need two things to make a nation. One is a strong army and one is a dictionary. तो फौज वाला मसला तो हमें कभी हुआ ही नहीं.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
स्ट्रॉन्ग अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. दूसरी हमारे पास है फिरोजुल लुगात उर्दू. हमने कहा कि सारे जो हैं हम लोग उर्दू बोलेंगे. लाइक आवर फाउंडर हिमसेल्फ, उनकी उर्दू मेरे से भी ख़राब थी, बट उन्होंने जाके वहाँ पे अपना हमारे बांग्लादेशी भाइयों को जो हमसे ज़्यादा पाकिस्तानी थे, उन्हें कहा कि आप लोग उर्दू बोलो. उन्होंने कहा नहीं, आप लोग आपस में जाके बोलें, हम नहीं बोलते आपसे. सो दे काइंड ऑफ, सो इट इज़ अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग उनकी एसोसिएशन थी. तो आपने इसका नाम रखा हुआ है सॉर्ट ऑफ लैंग्वेज एज फ्रीडम. But also you should remember that it's also like a way of murdering people. It's like it's just not gives you freedom. It also kind of, you can commit mass murder. तो सिर्फ हमारी मिसाल नहीं, दुनिया में और भी मिसालें हैं तो जहाँ पे ये हुआ है. So I think it's quite obvious that Punjabis to kind of maintain this hegemony. मुझे पसंद नहीं आएगी लोगों को, बाद लाहौर में हम बैठे हैं, बट आई रिमेंबर लाइक 30 years ago or something, so in Punjab Assembly, it's Lahore, like the biggest kind of city of Punjabi, so one parliamentarian MPA, he started speaking, tried to make a speech in Punjabi in Punjab Assembly. तो उसको उन्होंने डंडा डोली करके बाहर फेंकवा दिया था. नॉट इवन लाइक पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर या चुप कर दो, उन्होंने कहा नहीं, इसको उठा के आप बाहर फेंक के. So when you've kind of given up your language to gain what? So it's a brilliant bargain. What you've done is that you have said that सब उर्दू बोलो आप लोग, ठीक है ना, और हम भी बोलेंगे तो सबका सब भाई भाई बन जाएंगे. तो अब उसमें भाई भाई हम लोग बने हुए हैं. But I was thinking like we're sitting here in Lahore and inshallah we are going to go back home safe. आपने अच्छा किया मुझे warn किया. I'll just go on a digression. You were probably too young to remember when the famous coup happened in 1977. So before they ordered the troops, General Ziaul Haq Shaheed Marhum, he sort of told his like number 2 General Chishti Sahab होते थे, like he had like big. So he said कि जाने से पहले before this कि मुर्शिद मरवा ना देना. So मैं भी आपसे ये कहने वाला था कि ऐसी बातें ना करें जिससे को बाद में मसला हो. और इस तरह की गैदरिंग में मैं बिल्कुल सीरियसली ये बात करना चाहता हूँ कि 1-2 लोग होते हैं जिनकी ये ड्यूटी होती है, वो जाके उन्होंने किसी को रिपोर्ट करनी है कि यहाँ पे क्या बात हुई या क्या नहीं हुई. तो जो भी भाई बहन हैं उनसे गुजारिश है कि वो कहें कि हमने जो भी बात की है बड़े इज्जत बड़े एहतराम से, किसी की खिलाफ कोई गुस्ताखी ना की है ना करेंगे, ना मैं आपको करने दूंगा. ठीक, प्लीज नो. सॉरी आप.
और देखिए मेरा तो काम है सवाल पूछना, आगे जो भी कह रहे हो तो आप कह रहे हैं.
ओवर ना दसना.
सर एक ये चीज़ हम ये देखते हैं कि नॉवल राइटिंग जो है इट इज़ एन एनॉर्मस टास्क. उसमें एक रेंज ऑफ ह्यूमन एक्सपीरियंस, रेंज ऑफ इमोशंस को आप कवर करते हैं, एक कैरेक्टर की भी और जो उसके एक नॉवल के अंदर की जो दुनिया होती है. एट द सेम टाइम यू फील दैट व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग इन इंग्लिश and when you are expressing yourself in Punjabi, do you feel that certain emotions, because we feel them in a certain language, they just do not translate? Does that happen?
It's a very good question and it has absolutely no answer. because it's never been answered. It's like the same kind of question that people ask, what language do you
Dream in.
think in? And then it goes on to what language do you dream in? So I really don't have an answer. But I heard somebody trying to answer this very question, so I'll just tell you what they said. So there's like this very famous, brilliant Argentinian novelist called Isabella Allende. Like you might have heard of her, about her books. So she always wrote in Spanish. Most of her works are in Spanish. And then, sort of in her late age, she moved to America. And then she switched to writing in English. And like, unlike Punjabi, so Spanish are very proud of their language, so they felt betrayed. So I was like at one of her readings, and the same question, like, why are you writing in English now? So do you now think in English, and do you dream in English? So he said, I don't know what language I dream in. I just wanted to try writing in Urdu. And she said, I have a lover who does not speak a word of Spanish, but I make love to him in Spanish, and he's never complained. So I don't know where these things come from. Novels are kind of, for me, they're kind of complex beasts. You spend like years writing them. Like, in my case, I'm very slow. It takes me like average 6 to 7 years. And you do it by yourself. Like, it's not, you don't collab with anybody. If you're lucky, you might find like an early reader. So you do it like, it's a solitary process, and it's a sort of, you're always unsure of yourself, that what you've put on page, does it make any sense or not? So I think those kind of questions, what language I'm thinking in, what language I'm dreaming in, they kind of, बंदा कहता है ये मरे जान छूटे से. That's the kind of thing that you work with. So I used to struggle with this issue of like what language to write in. And when you're young and reckless and kind of very late in the night, you're kind of making life decisions, and you make these declarations to your like friends that what is it that you're going to do. So I said, I'm going to write a Punjabi film, I'm going to write an Urdu play, and I'm going to write an Angrezi novel. I don't know why I said that. But I think that's how you kind of end up doing things.
So, उसमें एक like way I was trying to reflect on was also that the kind of stories that I was writing for your class. अब वो कहानियाँ, because they existed in Punjabi, I cannot move them to another language. It's like moving the characters to another universe. And similarly, when we read your work like Our Lady of Alice Bhatti.
No, I didn't go that far, but I did attended nurses' workshops, and nurses have like their own kind of subculture, उनकी dictionaries अपनी होती हैं, उनके courses होते हैं. So I did that. So, like nobody, because then there's a very famous nursing college in Karachi. So somebody there read it, or they said, oh, you should come and do a writing workshop with these nurses. I was like very excited. This is like the ultimate kind of,
Dream.
compliment, like, so I've been accepted by the community that I've written about. So these like, sort of really experienced nurses now, now it used to be, it's like, sort of in the way back, like women were nurses, now they're like, sort of lots and lots of male nurses as well. But these were like a group of women. And writing workshop, it was like, I said, okay, so like the first thing that you asked politely, so why do we think we are in this room? And they said, admin told us to go and gave us 3 hours off. So we signed up. So I said, why does the admin kind of is asking you to do a writing workshop? You're all like, professional specialist nurses, like very hard, very specialized. We don't appreciate it enough. They said, what they want us to do? They want us to write blogs. And I said, do you want to write blogs? They said, no. Like 12 घंटे की shift करने के बाद अब हम blog भी लिखें इनके लिए, and we are not getting paid extra. So I said, what should we do? So all of them had stories. Some of them were poets. Some of them were like, sort of had crushes on sort of, some random losers. They wanted to write about them. Some of them, like, sort of didn't write themselves. They said, "Hame poetry bahut aati hai." They just, like, sort of write poetry. But so I like that idea that you don't have to read everything that the admin is telling you to read. You don't have to do anything that kind of, doing 12-hour shifts, night shifts. It's relentless kind of, life and death type work. And then, sort of admin wants us to write 500 words about your day's experience. Then it's like, we want to bitch about our husband. Why can't we do that here in 3 hours? So that's what we ended up doing. So, and since they hadn't read the book, so they did not complain. They said, "आपने लिखा है, बहुत अच्छा किया, बड़ा नेक काम किया है, चलो हमारे बारे में भी किसी ने लिखा है."
किसी ने हमारे बारे में भी सोचा.
किसी ने हमारे बारे में सोचा.
So अगर हम Lady of Alice Bhitti से थोड़ा सा पीछे जाएं, so a case of exploding mangoes has been there for a long time. People in Pakistan across the world have read it, but when it got translated into Urdu, so we saw a new kind of thing around it, around censorship of the book. हालांकि वो ही किताब अंग्रेजी में बहुत देर से थी. So not मैं उस लिहाज से नहीं पूछना चाह रहा, but I'm just trying to ask that does writing in English do then kind of provide you this kind of indifference from state के like, क्योंकि थोड़े लोग पढ़ रहे हैं अंग्रेजी को और उस तरह से, तो it does give you also the freedom to write whatever you want to write.
जी मेरा भी ये. So I was like, I had written a book, it had come out, and भाई की बड़ी इज्जत, like, sort of wall to wall nice reviews. College, universities के syllabus में भी, मतलब स्कूलों में भी पढ़ाते थे, posh स्कूलों में. And it was like, living comfortably in Pakistan. It had been translated into, like, sort of various languages. So I have, like, some very close friends who are big readers, but they don't read in English. And they would, like, say, "How do we know what you've written?" पता नहीं क्या बकवास लिखी है, तो ये उर्दू में क्यों नहीं करवाते तर्जुमा? So एक दोस्त हैं काशिफ, he's a brilliant translator. He offered to translate it. It got translated. वो लाहौर में एक पब्लिशर हैं बहुत बड़े और बहुत अच्छे, उन्होंने कहा बिल्कुल हम छापेंगे. So he kind of sat on it like for 3 years. So he had the translation ready. I would call him up. कि क्या हुआ सर किताब का? He said, yeah, our editorial board is looking at it. And
मैंने कहा अभी आँखों को मसाला लगा के रखा.
so I came to Lahore and visited him for the first time, and I kind of tried to lobby him, tried to reassure him. I said, this book has been around 10 years, and I kind of half lied. I said some, like, journals have read it, and they've also said very nice things about it, so there is no problem. He said, yeah, maybe you're right. And he said, I sell a lot of books to the cantonment libraries. And by the way, sort of cantonment libraries, still, my experience was like one of the best stocked libraries in Pakistan. But obviously, we don't go to the army to read books, so nobody actually reads them. But they have all the books that you can ever wish for. So he said, I do business with them. And you will be surprised. Sometimes, कि आपको इनको ना बाज़ दफ़ा 10 साल लग जाते हैं बात समझ आने में. Like, this is like a Lahori way of saying, no, I'm not publishing your book, right? Because he didn't say no. He said, आपको नहीं पता इन लोगों का, मैं जानता हूँ. Like, sometimes it takes them a while. So Huri, my brilliant Karachi publisher, she kind of said, she published it, and it was there like for 4-6 months. We did events like this. We had discussions, and then suddenly, one night, as the bad novels start, there were midnight knocks at her office, bookshops, and they took away all the books, and we were kind of scared कि ये तो वही किताब है which we've been kind of living off for 10 years. हमारी रोजी रोटी उठा के ले गए. So yeah, that was like a surprise. But Lahori publisher, he was like completely right that you tell a joke now and you think that okay, ये ठीक है, वो किसी को 10 साल बाद समझ आएगा. And I asked people, they were very polite, like Puri will testify. I think she had crush on one of those, one of them also. So people who came to raid her offices, so they were very polite. They did not like, I let this be put on record that they were very polite. We're saying nice things about them. So they said that Yes, we were asked to do this, we are just doing our job. So I sort of tried, फिर भी, like, what is the problem? And he said, I don't think if he'd read it or not read it. He said, देखिए, उर्दू में तो ऐसी बात फिर अच्छी नहीं लगती. अंग्रेजी में. So I guess that was that for the first time I realized. I thought I was like safe. When you say again, नहीं, इतने भी safe.
इतने भी नहीं.
इतने भी नहीं.
So, like a lot of, like every country, we also have a lot of new people writing. और एक यहाँ पे हम एक बहुत चीज़ देखते हैं कि लोग, बहुत सारे लोग की पहली choice of writing is English. Because at some level we believe that it will get us an immediate access to a universal audience. ठीक है? और so, but at the same time we have seen that, as you were saying, like, Tolstoy का काम हो गया, Marcus का काम हो गया, all of that has still reached us without ever learning their languages.
Right.
So, like, what would be your advice or reflection, something for the new writers, for the new Pakistani writers writing in English, or not writing in English, but like generally writing?
I would say don't become a YouTuber or something else. Go do something else. But I again don't know. It's like one of those terminal kind of diseases that you catch and then you have to continue doing it, and doesn't really matter if you like find a big audience or a small audience, and it's kind of completely, I think, futile to kind of keep making guesses that, okay, what kind of book will an English or sort of foreign publisher would like. I asked like one of the industry people, like one of the publicists, it's like, who is our reader? So they kind of broke it down to me. Obviously women, like, बंदों को तो और बहुत काम होते हैं. So mostly women. So what kind of women? Women, like, who have some disposable income and some time. So she, like, sort of just randomly made up this fictional reader. She said like a sort of a German woman of like, 60 in a small town. And like, now somehow if I could crack that market, then I would live happily ever after. But nobody can actually do that. So I don't think there is any advice that anybody can give anybody, except that read. Like, have you ever met a musician or singer who says, actually, I don't listen to music? So you will come across people who want to write. They said, like, would you read? And either they don't read or they've written very little. So like, my advice would be that, like, forget about writing for a while. Read, and then, sort of, then we'll see what happens.
फिर आप दुनिया में जाएं आगे. So, like, your new novel is coming up inshallah very soon, and very excited to read it. So now when you have been writing for such a long time, and आपके काम को एक readership भी, there's also critical engagement with it, and people are engaging with it. So do you feel that over years your writing process or your thinking process has changed, or अभी जब अब novel लिख रहे होते हैं, if you compare it to you when you were writing Our Case of Exploding Mangoes, has there been like a huge difference?
It kind of becomes more difficult with age. You would think that ek dafa, like, sort of if you learn something new, like a craft, you think that now you know how to do it.
Chaka lat ho jayega.
Chaka lat. Yeah, like, you've learned, like, if you've learned to like fix something or make something with your hands, and then you would think that, okay, now you know. So, no, a friend of mine kind of explained to me, she said, like, after you've written and published one book, the only thing that you know is that it can be done. You still don't know how it's done. So you haven't learned anything from the process or about the process. The only thing that this stupid confidence or this hope that you have that if you did it once, you should be able to do it again. But no, it doesn't become easier. It doesn't, and you don't know, like, that, okay, like, now I know how to do this. No.
So you also, lead workshops, teach creative writing. And there's always this debate that, okay, is writing something that we can, and I know your teaching style is very, different in that way. But at the same time, like, how has been your experience of teaching, creative writing or teaching writing? And like, इसका, because मुझे ये लगता है कि इसकी बहुत ज़रूरत भी है और कमी भी है to have it as a regular feature in our, educational institutions or otherwise. But how has been your experience?
I liked it mostly. It's very, very exhausting. I think when I taught for the first time, I was telling my family and my friends that this is, I started recently. So I was telling them for the first time, it seems like that I have a grown-up job. Because you're a journalist, like, sort of you get an article wrong, you'll fix it the next time. You write a stupid novel, doesn't work, okay, you'll try again, like, किसी का कोई नुकसान नहीं हुआ. Now, like, you're with a group of, like, sort of young people in a room, and they actually take you seriously. So whatever, like, nonsense you tell them might actually, sort of affect what about their creative decisions, or sometimes even in their life decisions. But at the same time, it is also very, very rewarding. It can be. I'll share this little bit that haunts me like every day. It's become part of my life. So we were doing this workshop with Jasser was in it, and we were all trying to write in Punjabi short stories. And I'm sort of, so he wrote this short story in which it's a beautiful short story, but the image that stayed with me, and I still I'm kind of reminded of it every day, is I hope I won't get it wrong. Can I? Can I share?
Sure.
Yeah. So दूध वाला घर में आता ना रोज, like, and like, you take a pan or पतीली बाहर लेने जाना होता है. So the mother can't do it, so the man of the house has to, like, do it, and he can't find the पतीली जो कि बिल्कुल सामने पड़ी होती है. So यहाँ पे जितने भी like all the men in this room, they would know this feeling that you're looking for, asking, मेरा ऐनक किधर गई? I was like about to ask, मेरी किधर गई? Remote किधर है? वो हमें बताएगा नीचे पड़ा हुआ है. Like, and you have like that thing right in front of you, and you can't see it. Like every day, I am in the kitchen, or I am looking for something which is lost, which everybody else in the house knows कि ये सामने पड़ी है, इसको नजर नहीं आ रही. So that story I'm kind of reminded of almost like every day. So that is kind of I think the exciting part of, like, sort of learning or reading something completely new which you didn't know even exists. Or baaz dafa, like, you can steal ideas from young people. They kind of, you live off of or feel inspired or get inspired by that. So it's like works both ways.
It works both ways. Any parting reflection you want to give before we move to questions? एक तो advice है कि और पढ़ें young लोग जो हैं, but any other reflection you want to share?
No, पढ़ने का मसला ये है, yes, that's like random. बचपन से everybody will tell you that, oh, what this country needs is what? Education, right? So, and Jasser Saab is an educationist. So Pakistan में कितने बच्चे, like how many kids are out of school in Pakistan?
26 million.
26 million, right? And these are kids who actually never seen the inside of a school. So I'm not talking about the standard of education or bad education or good education, who've never seen what a classroom, what a teacher, what a book looks like. So Jasser runs, like, sort of his own school for those kids who can't go to school, right? So on the one hand, we have 26 million, and whereas everywhere you go, people will tell you what this country needs is education. And there's big money in education. mashallah, like our host, Punjab colleges, they're like a private educator, and they're nice enough to host us.
Allah
Host
ke
us here.
karobaar mein
They
barkat डाले.
made, I'm sure, the Chinese food that we ate, or like, sort of little gifts that we will get, hopefully. They've all come out by educating people. So there is need for that education. That's why people are kind of working very, very hard to send their kids to school. Whereas, and nice people like you, and there are other people who kind of run these charity schools, but obviously you can't do it. आप 26 million बच्चों को तो कोई नहीं पढ़ा सकता. So I think in a way we are lucky that, sort of, so we should acknowledge that our level of privilege that we have, that we're lucky enough to get access to either Sarkari school or private school or to a good college or a bad college. Even then, it's a privilege. And the other privilege that we must acknowledge is that I was thinking that you were saying that you want to go back home safe, so we shouldn't say anything that might offend anybody. And I was saying, what if Jasir Shahbaz's name was Jasir Baloch, and he was born in Avaran and went to school in Turbat? Where would he be now? So yeah, we should think about that we're kind of, privileged enough that we're sitting in this nice, with nice, lovely people who will go out and say nice things.
बिल्कुल, I completely agree. The privilege notion and like वो यहाँ वाली बात कि हम ऐसे मुल्क में रहते हैं जहाँ इतने बच्चे out of school हैं, only 10% complete university. So even university जाना makes you part of that privileged minority. So thank you so much, Hanif Saab, for taking out time for us. Now we'll move to questions. Please keep your questions brief और वो questions हों rather than आपके ख्यालात. जी, please Sargun.
Thank you giving me this opportunity. May I talk in Punjabi?
जी जी please please.
ਹਨੀਫ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਬੜਾ ਅੱਛੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੀਲੌਗ, ਔਰ ਉਹ ਇੰਨੀ ਖੂਬਸੂਰਤ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਬੜੀ ਨਸਤਾਲੀਕ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ, ਮਜ਼ਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਸੁਣਨ 'ਚ. ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਟਾਈਟਲ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਐਜ਼ ਫਰੀडम, ਲਾਈਕ ਦ ਕਨਵਰਸੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਈ ਹਰਡ, ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਇੰਪ੍ਰਿਜ਼ਨਮੈਂਟ. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜਦ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲੋਗੇ ਔਰ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਔਰ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਗੈਦਰਿੰਗ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲੋਗੇ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਭਰਾ ਇਲਜ਼ਾਮ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਡੈਮੇਜ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਇਹਲੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨੂੰ. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ 'ਚ ਹੋਣ, ਮਲੇਸ਼ੀਆ 'ਚ ਹੋਣ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਹੋਣ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਬੜੀ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੰਪਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੜੀ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਦੇ. ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਇੰਨੀ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਈ ਰੈਫਰੈਂਸ ਦਿਆਂਗਾ, ਇੰਝ ਹੀ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਆਲਮ ਲੋਹਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਗਜ਼ਲ ਸੁਣਾ.
मेरा ख्याल है आलम लोहार ने सुना भी देनी थी. ਸਿੰਗਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਉਸਤਾਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ,
ਬੜਾ
ਉਹਨੇ ਸੁਣਾ ਦੇਣੀ ਸੀ.
ਬੜਾ ਅਜੀਬ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਇੰਨੀ ਖੂਬਸੂਰਤ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਬੰਦਾ, ਹੀ ਰਿਪਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟਸ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਅੱਜ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗਜ਼ਲ ਸੁਣਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਸਨ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਡਾਈਜੈਸਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ.
ਮੇਰਾ ਪੱਕਾ ਰਾਗ ਪਸੰਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ. ਨਹੀਂ,
ਸੋ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਮਾਈ ਕਮੈਂਟ.
ਬੜੀ 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 ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ. ਔਰ ਸਿਰਫ ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਓ, ਆਪਣੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮੁਲਕ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੰਧ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਓ, ਮੈਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸਿੰਧੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਨਾ, ਹਰ ਸਿੰਧੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿੰਧੀ 'ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੇਗਾ. ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਦੀ ਵੇਖਿਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਓ. ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਮੁਹਤਰਮ ਅਦਾਰਾ ਹੈ ਫੌਜ, ਫੋਰ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਅਫਸਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪਠਾਨ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਸਿਪਾਹੀ ਪਠਾਨ ਆਏਗਾ, ਉਹ ਆਪਸ ਪਸ਼ਤੋ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਗੇ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ. ਸਿੰਧੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਉਹ ਸਿੰਧੀ 'ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਗੇ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਰੈਂਕ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਫਰਕ ਹੋਵੇ. ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਅਫਸਰ ਜਵਾਨ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਗ੍ਰਾਈ ਵੀ ਹੋਣ, ਇੱਕੋ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਹੋਣ, ਮਜਾਲ ਹੀ ਪੈਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਆਪਸ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਣ. ਇਹ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ, ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਮਸਲਾ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ.
So I think यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ये भी I was having this conversation with Hanif साहब backstage कि यहाँ पे we also have to be mindful कि जो सब लोग हैं वो पंजाबी बोलने वाले नहीं हैं, बट completely agree with your point.
अच्छा वैसे ये भी गलत फहमी है थोड़ी अच्छा मैं जो पंजाबी काम करना ना थोड़ा ख्याल है कि सिर्फ पंजाबी पंजाबी बोलना मैनू कराची पिछले हफ्ते वो फैसल ईदी साहब के बेटे तो मेमन है उर्दू नहीं सही बोलते ठीक है तो कहना मैं बड़े मजे ना थोड़े आपके सुनता हूँ तो जितना हम लोग समझते हैं ना लोगों को पंजाबी समझ नहीं आती सिर्फ उर्दू ही समझ आती है सब समझ लेते हैं सिंधी भाई हमारे उनसे पंजाबी में बात करो उनको समझ आ जाती है पश्तूनों को समझ आ जाती है तो मतलब वो वाला मसला है नहीं हमने जहन में बनाया हुआ है तो मुझे तो मजाक कर दे कि यार देखो ये तुम मेमना नू पंजाबी ते लाता तो उनको समझ आ जाती है वो इतनी एडा औखा काम है नहीं जिला सी बनाया
Like moving to next question, please.
Assalamualaikum, sir. My name is Fatima Meru, and I'm sort of writing in 3 languages right now, in Urdu, Punjabi, and English as well. So my question is sort of relevant to the previous question, as you have already talked about the hegemony of language as well, and we are taking language as freedom. So my question to you is that since you are also the teacher of creative, writing as well, so do you take Punjabi as well as Urdu as a weapon of decolonization? And maybe it's a big question and there are so many threads undergoing over there. So how do you see and how would you advise, or do you also take these 2 languages that we sort of can write back to the colonizers or whatever we see? That we are just living under that shadow and umbrella of colonization or post colonization or whatever. So I would be just wanting your take on that. Thank you.
So we'll take 2-3 questions together and then Hanif Saab can answer all of them. Ji, please इनको दे दो.
हनीफ साहब मेरा ये सवाल है कि आज के मुआशरे में पाकिस्तान में जितनी घुटन है सियासी तौर पर जितनी पाबंदियां हैं स्पीच के ऊपर और लैंग्वेज जैसे फ्रीडम आपका टॉपिक है तो इस दौर में लिखने की क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है एक तो फॉर यंग पीपल जो भी यहाँ पे बैठे हैं और दूसरा ये कि जो नावल आपने लिखा था उस वक्त क्या आज वो अंग्रेजी में भी लिखना पॉसिबल है आपके लिए
क्या
जो नावल आपने लिखा था केस ऑफ फ्लोटिंग मैंगोस आप आज भी अंग्रेजी में लिख सकते हैं. So one last question. जी please understand.
Assalamu alaikum, Hanif Saab. It's just such an honor to be in your company. आपसे मेरा सवाल ये था कि आपकी लिखाई के बारे में जो सबसे एक स्ट्राइकिंग चीज़ हमेशा से रही है it's that it's always steeped in humor. And I feel like in a lot of creative writing rooms and when you work with young people, young writers here, और बेशक वो पोइट्री हो या प्रोज हो उनके साथ अगर आप काम करो तो उनका एक जो तबीयत हमेशा होती है बहुत संजीदा होती है बहुत लीनिंग टूवर्ड्स deep, dark, dramatic things. I've been in creative writing rooms and I'm sure आपका भी experience रहा होगा. You get a bunch of kids to start thinking creatively and the first couple of things that they'll produce is just like ज़िंदगी बहुत मुश्किल है and it's like hey. But I find that to be a really challenging thing because I'm also drawn to things that are deeply satirical and funny and humor is so political and generative. So I just wanted to ask you, how do you, I imagine that's frustrating for you as well because humor is such an important part of your work. So how do you deal with that? How do you get people to start examining the world around them without abandoning the humor at the heart of it all?
I don't try at all. Like, if somebody wants to be sad and want to write sad things, it's like lovely. They should be sad because it's like very personal thing. I am always reminded of like, sort of shadis mein, like, sort of they used to play songs. And they used to play like sad, bloody songs at shadis. So we can kind of, live. We want sad people. You're absolutely right. Young people, when they start, they're thinking about life and kind of, their loneliness because writers, people tend to be like, sort of slightly outside of that mold. So it's completely fine to be kind of, sad, write about sad things and then, sort of they'll turn up. Everybody doesn't have to be funny and there are sad things in life. So people, but you're right, the young people are kind of, drawn to that kind of, गमगीन गाने सुन के वो टूटे हुए दिल के साथ शायरी करना जो है, दैट्स लाइक आवर sort of our tradition and our culture. So that happens. So no, I don't try to tell anybody ever that you should write sad or you should write funny. If they write something that I can, sort of tell them how it made me feel, I'll share that. And if I have like any advice or suggestion, I will give that. I will not try to turn a sad person into a funny person. I would say that वो ठीक, वो गवर्नमेंट का काम है, मेरा काम नहीं.
So इनका क्वेश्चन था कि एक घुटन है, what is the importance of writing? Do you think you can now write something like a case of exploding mangoes even in English?
समथिंग लाइक केस ऑफ एक्सप्लोडिंग मैंने बिल्कुल लिखी है सर. अभी आ रही है फरवरी में मेरी किताब. इट्स कॉल्ड रेबल इंग्लिश एकेडमी. तो आएगी तो आप पढ़िएगा. आई थिंक मतलब ऐसे ही हवा बनाए. केस ऑफ एक्सप्लोडिंग मैंगोज पे यही, अगर आप कोई डरा रहे हैं या डर रहे हैं तो इसीलिए ना कि जी वो उसमें फौज का या फौजियों का या कुछ जिक्र है. आई मीन दैट्स द ओनली प्रॉब्लम. और तो कोई मसला नहीं उसमें कोई. तो मुझे तो नहीं लगता फौजी भाई हमारे ही मतलब यहीं पे उन्हीं स्कूलों में पढ़ के गए हैं, वहीं पे रहते हैं, हमारे साथ ही रहते हैं. ठीक है, बाद में कैंटोनमेंट में चले जाते हैं, रिटायर होके फिर हमारे पास साथ आ जाते हैं. तो मेरा नहीं ख्याल कि उनके बारे में लिखने में हमें या उनको कोई मसला होना चाहिए. और हमें बहुत ये बात है, दोबारा मैं कहूँगा कि एहतराम से कि उनके बारे में लिखने में हमें या उनको कोई मसला होना चाहिए. और हमें बहुत ये बात है, दोबारा मैं कहूँगा कि एहतराम से और प्यार से लिखना चाहिए, जो कि मैं लिखता हूँ. मैं तो बहुत प्यार से लिखता हूँ. मुझे दोस्त कहते हैं कि इतना तो पूरी कौम ने जनरल ज़ियाउल को प्यार नहीं दिया जितना आपने दिया. तो मैं तो बल्कि अपनी बात छोड़ दें, एक अंग्रेज अच्छे रिव्यूअर ने लिखा था कि दिस इज़ अ लव लेटर टू पाकिस्तान आर्मी. तो अब उनको अगर लव लेटर मेरा समझना है तो मैं तो दोबारा फिर लिखता हूँ. मतलब एक तो दैट्स लाइक द सीरियल लेटर राइटर्स लाइक होते हैं.
और उनका
सॉरी, देयर वाज अनदर क्वेश्चन. देयर वाज अबाउट डीकोलोनाइजेशन.
पंजाबी एंड उर्दू है.
आई मीन वो जिस बंदे को भी ना लाइक like you give somebody a mic and you expect they're like expert on everything. So I am totally not. But I have this notion that language can be used like sort of to liberate ourselves, and we can use it to kind of oppress others. And I hope people don't mind, but for a long time we tried to use Urdu as a sort of form of oppressing other nationalities and nations. And we must say that it has been a very, very successful project so far. Like since, okay, वो Bangladeshi नहीं माने भाई, उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं हमने नहीं बोलनी आपकी उर्दू. But since then, like you go to like sort of a desert in kind of Cholistan, where there is a shepherd like who doesn't even get like your mobile signal, and you kind of ask him a question. So maybe he won't be able to answer you in Urdu, but he will understand what you're saying. So I think that way it has been a very, very successful project. I mean, sort of I write in Urdu, and kind of it's a beautiful language. शायर हमारे हर महल्ले में और कुछ होना हो, डिस्पेंसरी होना हो, एक शायर जरूर मिलेगा आपको. ठीक है, ये this is like a fact of our life. So there's nothing against any language, but yes, we've used it as a form of kind of occupying other nationalities, and we've kind of tried to keep Punjabi out of it so that we can work on that project. And if we kind of sort of अभी मतलब हर स्कूल में पंजाब में कुरान हदीस पढ़ाते हैं, पढ़ाई भी जानी चाहिए. तो अगर 2 चैप्टर हीर के पढ़ा देंगे तो कौन से बच्चे ख़राब हो जाएंगे. ठीक है ना, कितने वारिस शाह ने था आज तक कितने पंजाबियों को ख़राब किया है. So I think we should like sort of at least think along those lines. लेकिन एजुकेशन का एक मसला जो है, like because that's where we kind of learn languages. I think one main purpose of our education is to cut our children out of everything that is their own, their culture, their history, their kind of कि नहीं बच्चे को अगर पॉश से पॉश स्कूल में भेजना है, so the sole purpose aim is कि ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਇੱਥੇ ਲੋਕ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। I think
I think it's a U-shaped thing, as you also mentioned once. Once you have gained certain social mobility and privilege, then you feel comfortable to come back to your roots, and then you're like, okay, now it is okay to talk in Punjabi. But जब तक आप वहाँ तक नहीं जाते तो तब तक पूरा जो एक स्कूलिंग का यही होता है एक्सरसाइज के आप में से किस तरह से वो चीज़ निकाली जाए। सो वी हैव like 3 more minutes, like one last burning question we can have. So माइक वाले कहाँ गए? Please push.
Hello. So you have no, 10% of your population is not going to school. They have no access to school. And there are no bookstores around. Your DHAs have no bookstores. Hanif Saab, how are people going to access anything, let alone freedom? How are they going to access language? What is the perspective of this nation? It seems very bleak.
कौम का मुस्तकबिल।
कौम का मुस्तकबिल, मेरा ख्याल से I was thinking that we can complete this session without mentioning Imran Khan, but I don't know, उनको निकाल के देख लें। So maybe, I mean, everybody seems to agree on this, that we need education, but there are bookstores in DHA. We have a bookstore in DHA, right?
हाँ, there's
Yes, so there are
2-3
हाँ, इतने नहीं हैं जितने होते थे, बट होने चाहिए। लाइब्रेरियाँ, आई थिंक बुक स्टोर से ज़्यादा, मतलब वो भी होनी चाहिए, लाइब्रेरीज होनी चाहिए। That books are becoming more and more expensive, and you're absolutely right कि अब आपने अगर नहीं पढ़ाएंगे अपना इतने सारे millions and millions and millions of your children, so I don't actually think that they'll turn out to be bad people. This country is being run by educated people, and we kind of see where we are. So education doesn't necessarily make you kind of, it might bring you some privileges, but it doesn't make you like a better person. So this is something that cannot be done by private sector. This is something that cannot be done by charities. This is something that 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 the government and the sarkar and our politicians, people who run this country, they have to think about it.
So thank you, sir, for taking your time. It has
Thank
been
you so much.
absolutely pleasure and honor. Please give a big round of applause for Mohammad Anis.
Thank you.